welcome back in the vehicle. Just a little leg stretch. We're on Cheetah Cut Line, one of probably the most beautiful roads right on the boundary of Djuma. With some beautiful big marula trees, very scenic drive. Might see some animals on it, often get impala on these roads as well. So a question that came through from Penny and Bobby Legg. Had some nice questions from you guys before. So asking about impalas and the whole sort of almost contention sometimes that exists between animals being able to hold back their babies or have the babies early depending on rains and conditions. And it is one of those things that even over the years in guiding, you get various sort of opinions on it and understandings of it. I'll tell you my sort of the best understanding I've been able to gain from it, and that's not just from my own sort of thinking, it's also from what I've read and having spoken to people that are more specifically into animals, sort of research, mammal specialists and so on. Basically, the way I can explain it is that it's not that they can just decide, oh well, this season it's very dry, and we're going to have our lambs a month later because we're going to wait for rain, or this year there's a lot of rain, we're going to have our babies months early. Like Penny and Bobby were suggesting, gestation period is fairly fixed. Obviously got a fetus that's developing at a certain rate, and when it gets to a certain size it has to be born, same as with humans. But there can be a slight variation. Let's say it is very dry, or let's say there's a predator in the area at the time, and or a big thunderstorm that's raging for a day or two. Females can sort of delay the birth slightly, so sort of let's say a couple of days either side of the exact due date. So if you had to have with impala, it's about 6.5 months or so. I don't know the exact number of days, but about, so they could have the little lamb a few days earlier or later from the sort of precise time of it, if you had your exact days. But it's just a slight variation. It's not quite as dramatically changeable, if you want, or variable as some people would suggest. That's also why normally you'll see, like within a herd, you'll have all the young ones born within a few days of each other. So I hope that answers your question, Penny and Bobby. Just slowly heading up to Buffalo Dam. See what's happening up there, and see what the late afternoon in the bush brings us. That beautiful road. Road, well, a lot of these roads here, but quite a few of these tracks often make me back to I was a little kid, a little boy of about 5-6 years old. It was in the early 80s, and my parents had one of these wallpaper walls like a lot of people had back then, and it was this beautiful scene, a full side of one wall in the living room of a forest, probably a North American forest with a beautiful sort of early autumn colors. And it was just a little track driving and disappearing into the bush, and often looked at it. As a little kid, you tend to believe stronger still in dreaming, and you could sense yourself walking or driving down a road like that. And it's quite amazing to be doing that now. I mean, what you're looking at is a stunning road in awesome nature. And not only is it just a picture of it, it's moving, it's got sound, it's got all the colors, and it's live. You're literally experiencing this view that we're looking at now, real time here with me on the vehicle, with Alex, with Wild Earth, Haley back at the live control center. All of this are experiencing this scene as it is. And again, it's quite amazing. I quite often just sit back and think of it. It's quite a cool thing to be able to do. very small. Just looking at this termite mound. Sorry, trying to block the light. I should be able to see from there. See, there's a bit of an open area just there. It's going to be difficult. It's right inside the hole, so it's a bit hidden from the light. Some termites that are active. Important part. Termites don't really have a lot of pigmentation, so they do well with sunlight. But it's a nice and cool afternoon. The sun's getting low. There's also a bit of cloud on the Drakensberg Mountains west, so that meaning the little things to get active. Even some of your nocturnal animals might just start getting active slightly earlier today. Essentially, these termite mounds have normally got various holes and chimneys and tunnels running through them. Depending on the weather conditions, termites can either open them up more to try and regulate, or not to try, to succeed in regulating the temperature inside that mound. They keep it pretty constant. It seems these guys are just doing a little bit of maintenance, maybe just making sure all the walls and surfaces are strong and sturdy. Actually see it looks like a piece of the sort of outer shell of the mound maybe broke. See the cracked mud there. But there's millions of them, and they're very maintaining homes.